Do you know what it really means when your cat suddenly takes your seat the moment you get up? You probably think it's just a coincidence. Maybe the spot is warm. Maybe your cat just likes that chair. Maybe it's random timing, but what if it's not random at all? What if every time your cat moves into your exact spot, they're actually responding to something you left behind, something invisible, something deeply important in their world? Because the truth is, cats don't just take your seat for comfort. They take it for a reason. And once you understand what that reason is, you'll start to realize this behavior is not just habit. It's communication. Most people laugh it off. They see it as a cute little routine. You stand up. Your cat slides in. Simple, harmless. But if you pay attention, you'll notice something strange. It happens fast, almost immediately, like they were waiting for that moment. And that's where the real story begins. Because what your cat is doing in that moment reveals how they see you and how they feel about you. Let's break it down. They take your seat because your scent feels like safety. You think your cat sits in your spot because it's warm, but actually they're drawn to your scent. Think about it. The moment you stand up, that seat holds something you can't see. Your body heat fades quickly, but your scent lingers. And to your cat, scent is everything. It's how they understand the world. It tells them what is familiar, what is safe, and what belongs. So when your cat moves into your seat, they are stepping directly into a concentrated version of you. You think they just want comfort. But actually, they're surrounding themselves with your presence. And in their mind, your scent equals security. It tells them, this place is safe. Nothing is wrong. Everything is stable. And that's why they don't just choose any random spot. They choose yours. But what happens next is even more interesting. Because your scent doesn't just provide comfort. It creates something deeper. They are reinforcing their bond with you. You think your cat sitting in your seat is just physical comfort. But actually, it's emotional reinforcement. In the animal world, shared scent is a sign of connection. Cats don't just recognize each other visually. They recognize each other through smell. It's how they define their inner circle. So when your cat sits in your spot, lies on your clothes, or presses into your pillow, they are mixing their scent with yours. Not by accident, intentionally. You think they just like your spot, but actually they are strengthening a shared identity. This is ours kind of connection, and that changes everything, because now it's not just about where they sit, it's about who they include in their world. But here's where things take a surprising turn, because this behavior also connects to something more instinctive, something that goes back to survival. They are claiming the safest territory. You think your cat takes your seat because it's comfortable, but actually they're choosing the safest territory in the room. Watch how your cat behaves in unfamiliar environments. They hesitate, they observe, they move carefully. But around you, things are different. Your presence signals safety. Your routines signal predictability. Your space becomes the most stable part of their environment. So when you get up, your seat becomes a high-value zone. You think it's just a chair, but actually it's the safest place your cat knows. And by sitting there, your cat is doing something instinctive. They're claiming that safety, not aggressively, but protectively. They're positioning themselves in the center of stability, and in their mind, that center is you. But what happens next is something most people completely miss, because it's not just about safety or scent, it's about timing. They were already watching you before you got up. You think your cat just randomly takes your seat after you leave, but actually they were watching you before you even moved. Have you ever noticed how quickly they take your spot? It's almost instant, like they predicted it, because they did. Cats are incredibly observant. They track your body language, your movements, your patterns, the slight shift before you stand, the way you move your arms, the signals that you're about to leave. You think they react after you get up, but actually they anticipate it. And the moment you leave, they move in. Not randomly, but precisely. And that tells you something important. Your cat is paying attention to you more than you realize. But here's the deeper layer. Because this isn't just observation, it's emotional awareness. They don't like when your presence disappears. You think your cat takes your seat because it's available, but actually they're responding to your absence. When you're sitting in that chair, you are a constant in your cat's environment. You're predictable, stable, present, but the moment you get up, that presence disappears. And in the animal world, sudden changes matter. So your cat fills that space. You think they're just replacing you physically, but actually they're restoring emotional balance. They move into your spot to keep the environment feeling familiar. Your scent is still there. Your warmth is still there. It's like a bridge between when you were there and when you're not. And that small action helps them stay calm. But there's something even more subtle happening at the same time, and almost no one notices it. They are marking over you. Quietly. You think your cat just sits in your spot, but actually they're leaving something behind. Their scent. Cats have scent glands in their paws, body, and face. Every time they sit, knead, or rub against something, they're marking it. So when your cat takes your seat, they're not just absorbing your scent, they're adding theirs. You think it's just comfort. But actually it's a silent conversation. Your scent says, this is safe. Their scent says, this is mine too. And together, it becomes shared territory. Not in a dominant way, but in a bonding way. It's their way of blending identities, creating a space that belongs to both of you. And that leads to the final truth, the one that ties everything together. They choose your spot because they choose you. You think your cat takes your seat because it's the best spot in the room, but actually it's because you are the most important part of that spot. If it were just about comfort, they would choose any warm place. If it were just about position, they would pick any elevated area, but they don't. They wait for your spot. They watch you. They move in the moment you leave. Because that spot is not just furniture, it's you. And when your cat chooses that space, they are choosing your presence even when you're not there. And maybe that's the part most people never realize, because from the outside it looks simple. A cat taking a seat. A small, harmless habit, but underneath that moment, there is instinct, awareness, emotion, and connection all happening at once. So the next time you stand up and your cat immediately takes your place, you might pause for a second and see it differently. You think your cat is just stealing your seat, but actually they're trying to stay close to you, even when you're gone. And in their world, that means everything.